Before I get started, I would like to give a quick shout out to one of my subscribers and top commenters, Mark Neff. He gave me this idea to try to do a recipe for flavored tortillas. So here you go, Mark. I hope you like the recipe. I tried to make it easy. So the base for this recipe is pretty much the recipe that I use for my soft flour tortilla recipe, with the exception that I'm going to be adding my tomato flavoring, and I'm also going to be adding some garlic. But first, I'm going to start off with 3 cups of flour, and if you notice, I'm going to do half of the recipe, but I will be giving you instructions on a full recipe, and it'll also be listed in the description box below. So you want to start off with 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I went ahead and added that in. And here I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. I find the garlic powder just elevates the flavor of the tomato. You can leave it out, it's optional, but it really does taste good. So I'm going to give all of my dry ingredients a mix. Now I'm going to add in a 1/3 cup of oil. You can use the fat of your choice. By the way, if you use shortening, lard, butter, or ghee, or even coconut oil, make sure that it's a 1/3 packed cup. Make sure you press firmly and pack the cup when you're measuring. But I'm using oil today. So now I'm going to add my tomato flavor, which will be in the form of tomato paste. I am going to be using around 3 to 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. Again, I will not be adding that much in this video because I'm doing half a recipe, but I'm giving you full measurements. And now you want to add a full cup of hot water. But I did make a mistake when mixing this, and I'm going to show you in a second. Here, as I'm mixing the water in, I added more water, but I added too much. I didn't add the 1/2 cup that I should have added. I added more. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more tomato paste. But as I start to knead and mix, you're going to notice it is just a tacky, goopy mess. And I have read comments before that some of my subscribers that try my tortilla recipe do say that sometimes it's too tacky to work with. So I'm going to show you how to correct this. I'm adding a little flour at a time until it is a workable dough. But you want to make sure that it still remains slightly tacky. You don't want to add too much flour because then it'll just toughen up the dough and it'll make it less moist, which will give you a harder, crunchier, drier tortilla. So again, when you're adjusting your recipe and you want to add more flour to the dough, you have to feel the softness of the dough. So just add flour little by little. So I adjusted my dough. Now it is workable. I'm going to continue kneading. And I kneaded this dough for about 10 minutes. I'm going to add a little bit of that oil to my hands because again, your dough, even after kneading, when following the measurements, should still be slightly tacky. So just little by little, I'm going to still add some flour because I do find that it is still too tacky. But this is just something that you're going to have to practice and just feel the dough. I can't explain to you what the dough should feel like. So this is something that you're going to have to feel. And as you can see, even adding the flour that I added, I still have a tacky dough, and that is good because it should not be smooth and dry. It should still have moisture and it should still have a slight tackiness to it. So after kneading, I'm going to divide my dough into 6 dough balls. Again, if you're doing the full recipe, you should end up with a dozen dough balls. Now that I have separated all my dough balls, I am going to cover it with a damp paper towel and allow the dough to rest for 10 to 15 minutes. In the meantime, I am going to clean up my work area. It has been 15 minutes, so now I'm just going to roll out my tortillas, and I like to get ahead by 2 tortillas before I start cooking them. So here we go. Okay, so today I'm going to be cooking my tortillas in a non-stick skillet. I've noticed that some commenters say that they don't have a comal or cast iron skillet, so I want to show you that you can easily cook it in a non-stick pan. And I also want to show you the heat level that I will be using is a medium heat, and I allowed this pan to preheat for about 5 to 10 minutes before cooking the tortillas. So my tortillas are done, and again, they are soft and pliable, and I can't wait to make wraps out of these. But of course, all of my hard work to keep a nice soft tortilla goes out the window when my little one requests a toasty quesadilla. But as usual, Mom gives her kids what they want when they ask nicely, so here you go, kiddo. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, you can click on the video icons for more recipes, or you can click on my picture icon to subscribe. Thanks for watching.